What's going on, everybody? It's JJ here, and today we're going to be reacting to another Watch Mojo video, and this is Top 10 The Last of Us 2 Story Moments.
Sorry, had to hit y'all with the quick voice mod again. This thing is so fun to use. I haven't used it a lot lately. I need to. But anyway, yep, another Last of Us 2 Watch Mojo video, and I said this in the last video, but this was stuff that I've been wanting to react to, but it's just at this time, in particular, I was still actually going through my playthrough of The Last of Us, and I'm actually, currently uploading my playthrough right now on my gaming channel, link in the description. This is my second time mentioning it. And yeah, so make sure you go over there, and come check it out if you're interested in my whole experience through that, because let me tell you, it was an intense experience with that game. But anyway, we're just gonna see what they think is top 10 Last of Us story moments. Let us watch.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself.
It's finally here after 7 long years, so surely this game is the one to transcend gaming and elevate art to a whole new level, right? Right?
Smash Brandy's cooch.
I wish I went to that corner of that room, because I didn't even know that part existed.
Today, we're looking at the top 10 best moments from The Last of Us Part 2.
Can't say I'd have done different.
It should go without saying, but this list has some major spoilers in it. Like really big ones, starting with entry number 10. So if you don't want anything ruined for you, I'll give you to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 10. Abby kills Joel.
Woo-wee!
Because they have.
Alright, yes. We are aware of how much controversy.
Bro, I'm sorry to pause it this early. This part still kind of irks me. Even though it's been a month since I beat this game, this part still irks me to look at, dog. Oh my gosh. This started the whole war on Twitter with everybody saying that they hate this game. Because I remember when I first started, everybody was talking about how they hated the game because this happened so early. This happened so early. And everybody was like, this is like, why would they do this such a bad game, this and that? Man. Alright.
Controversy this scene has caused, which is why we're getting it out of the way first.
Yeah.
It's a heartbreaking way to get the game rolling, especially
Dog.
given how much players have become attached to Joel in the first game. So, yeah, we feel Ellie's pain as she's forced to watch her adoptive father figure get bludgeoned to death.
Please stop! Please don't shoot!
What isn't revealed right away is why the wolves killed Joel. As we later find out, many of the wolves are former Firefly members seeking justice for Joel's rampage in the hospital. This includes Abby, who's the daughter of the slain surgeon. In their eyes, it was justice served. In Ellie's eyes, it was a senseless murder.
So they just get to get away with this?
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
Number 9. Ellie performs for Dina.
Yeah, this is a nice moment.
Music
They
shop.
touched on this in the last
This
video
is
I
a
reacted
moment
to.
some players may not come across because it's very easy to miss. During Ellie's first day in Seattle, when the game goes open world for a short while, you can find a music shop just north of where you get the gas canister. And on the upper floor, you can find a fresh acoustic guitar preserved inside its case.
What was that? Nothing.
Well, nothing sure sounds nice.
Should you choose to play, you get a chance to hear Ashley Johnson's singing chops as she performs a cover of a-ha's Take On Me in front of Dina. It makes for a beautiful bonding moment for the two, and it's easy to forget the world outside while listening to this.
This was a really nice moment. Bro, and the flashbacks in the game was really good. Very well placed.
They suck.
Number 8. Joel and Ellie's day at the museum.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This I remember seeing people having, a lot of people were in their
Joel may have gotten
feels on
killed
this
off
part.
early, but still has a very strong presence in the game through a series of flashbacks. The first we get shows Joel giving Ellie a very nice surprise, a field trip to the Wyoming Museum of Science and History.
Oh, hello. Sorry, the dinosaurs are busy right now.
What are you doing?
In a nice throwback to the Left Behind DLC, Ellie gets to let out her inner child, scaling a T-Rex, throwing hats onto dinosaurs, and also getting to live out her fantasy of being an astronaut.
Oh, wait, I just realized you could have scaled the T-Rex? I didn't even do that. Or at least I don't remember doing that. I'm pretty sure I did. Dang, that kind of sucks.
Not in a launch
Whatever.
capsule, as Joel gives her an audio recording of the Apollo 11 launch.
This is such a good, like, bonding moment, dog.
Of course, this is still The Last of Us, and we're reminded about the hostility of this world in the end.
Fireflies.
Number 7. Ellie kills Owen and Mel.
Yep.
Where's Abby?
You're that girl from Jackson.
Tell me where she went. How do we know you won't kill us?
Give her what she wants and we're dead.
You guys can survive this. I just need her.
Ellie goes to hell and back to find Abby and her companion.
You know what's crazy? Out of everybody in Abby's group, and listen, listen, I like a lot of other people, hated Abby and everybody in her group, right? So a lot of us had no problem tracking them down and, you know, getting revenge. So I will say this, out of everybody in that group, Mel's probably the one I feel the most bad about killing. Because first of all, she was pregnant. And second of all, it's funny how, like, through Abby's story, her backstory, which I still, like, me personally still care really nothing about, it was still some nice information about how Mel didn't even really mess with Abby like that. Especially the part during Abby's playthrough when she told off Abby. I was like, I like you, Mel. I'm sorry we had to kill you at this point. Because, you know, again, she was pregnant. I was like, you know, I actually kind of liked her because she didn't like Abby either. So I was like, you know, you all right.
Companions, having finally reached the aquarium after hearing of a tip-off that she might be there. Ellie instead finds 2 of Abby's closest friends, Owen and Mel.
Yep.
Ellie attempts to interrogate the 2 for information, but she gets jumped on by Owen, forcing her to kill them both without getting any info.
Yeah.
However, Ellie quickly regrets her actions when she realizes that Mel was pregnant,
Yep.
mirroring her feelings for Dina, whom she learned earlier is pregnant as well.
Yep.
It's here that Ellie regretfully decides to abandon her quest and go home, when she realizes the collateral damage she's causing.
They got what they deserved.
But she gets to live.
Yeah.
It's
Is that okay?
this just further confirm.
It has to be.
Though it's a move that doesn't last too long because
No.
Abby finds her.
Yep.
Go. You killed my friends.
Number 6. Abby spares Dina and Ellie.
Bro, you don't understand how much I hated this part. This is by far, out of a lot of the moments in the game, this is probably my most triggering moment. Cause, okay, let me just calm down. When you get to this point, you go through all of Abby's parts. You go through all of Abby's backstory and how she, you know, got with her friends and all this stuff. You basically go through Abby's part, right? Then you get to this part and what I hated the most was the fact that I had to still keep playing as Abby. I didn't want that. I wanted to just switch over back to Ellie during this pivotal moment in the game and kill Abby. That's all I wanted to do. And you're actually going to notice when I actually post that video how many times I let Abby die on purpose, just so I can feel a little bit of happiness during that part. But obviously, for those who play the game, you can't do that if you want to progress. So, yeah. God, this part still angers me to this day.
Continuity-wise, this moment ends up following the events of the last entry, even though they're spaced more than 12 hours apart game time-wise.
Dog.
In the theater, Abby faces off against Ellie in one of the deadliest games of cat and mouse. Yeah, it's questionable that the game forces you to play as Abby here, but it's not without significance. Abby gets the upper hand and almost kills Ellie, but Dina intervenes, and
Yeah.
then Lev intervenes. And here we have a crucial moment for everyone in the scene. Abby is ready to kill Dina knowing that she's pregnant, but stops when she realizes the example she's setting for 13-year-old Lev, in spite of the fact that Ellie killed her friends.
Don't ever let me see you again.
Number 5, the farmhouse.
It's pretty, right? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar. When your hands are bigger.
When
God.
all is said and done, the game jumps ahead a year to see that Ellie and Dina have finally been able to settle
Okay, yeah,
down.
so it was a year
Dina
after
has
that
given
part.
birth to a baby boy. and the three of them are one big happy family together. Though Ellie still has PTSD about witnessing Joel's death.
Understandable.
Some fans claim this is where the game should have ended, but this
Yes!
is The Last of Us.
And I'm those people. This is where I feel like the game should have ended. Because let me tell you, even after all of that, it would have been fine if it would have just ended right here. It would have been just fine. But no, just no.
That would be way too unrealistic for this world. After Tommy gives Ellie a new lead on Abby,
And Tommy comes back for some reason, and I say that because there's a part, right, where, which by the way, like, yo, since he mentioned spoilers, this is gonna be spoilers for me too, like, you know, or from me to y'all, in case, you know, y'all don't want to hear this, but there's literally a part in the theater where Abby shoots Tommy in the face, but no, he's back and still kicking. And you know what's funny? This part right here, you know what, I'm actually see if he mentions it.
Ellie eventually decides to leave despite Dina begging her not to go.
Right.
Thus, this would be the start of Ellie's biggest mistake.
I'm just supposed to sit here and wait for you? For God knows how long, just thinking you're f***ing dead the entire time?
I don't plan on dying.
Yeah, well, neither did Jesse. Or Joel.
Damn.
Number 4.
Okay, he didn't. Okay, so anyway, when Tommy comes back, he mentions the fact that somebody, like, you know, like, found Abby's location after all that time. And it's so funny because at the theater, Tommy was all like, we should just go back to Jackson and forget all of this. We killed most of their friends, so it's fine. They got what they deserve. But now he comes back saying, hey, Abby's right here. Let's go get her. I'm like, what? You were just talking about how, like you know, like a year ago, I'm just saying, you know, during like the last scene, that we should just let them go. And now you're all like, nah, let's go get her. Like,
Ellie learns the truth.
Across the entire country to bring me to the Fireflies. I had so many questions for them. Why did you pull me out of there while I was still unconscious?
Everyone knew this revelation was coming ever since the first game ended.
Yep.
To famously quote the HBO miniseries Chernobyl,
every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth. Sooner or later, that debt is paid.
all the more reason we can't wait for the HBO take on The Last of Us. When Ellie gets suspicious of Joel's story, she heads back to St. Mary's Hospital and finds one of Marlene's audio tapes.
If you lie to me one more time, I'm gone.
This part is so good.
You will never see me again.
The lie is busted, and it's time to pay the debt. And it's here that Ashley Johnson delivers an Oscar-worthy performance.
Don't you f***ing touch me!
Now that the truth is out, Ellie severs all ties with Joel after learning that she was robbed of the chance to save the world.
I'm not trying to.
I was supposed to die in that hospital. My life would have f***ing mattered. But you took that from me.
Number 3, The Rat King.
Dog. I was actually showing this to my mom like maybe like a couple weeks ago about like this
During
specific
Abby's
part.
playthrough, she has to find surgical tools so that Mel can save Yara's life. But the only tools available are in the area of the Seattle hospital that has been sealed off since the outbreak first started. It's a perfect breeding ground for bloaters, but what ended up being down there was far worse.
Right? Because that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's just a bloater. It'll be fine. But no. You know what shows up? That. I'm like, what is that?
What follows is a pulse-pounding chase sequence, but eventually, Abby is forced to fight what could only be described as an unholy blend of combining Inside's human blob with Resident Evil's G-Virus.
Yeah.
Even after you finish the fight, you still have to deal with heavily armored stalkers in a pitch-black room, which
Right.
can be harder than the fight with the king itself. Where's a rocket launcher when you need one? Ada? Number 2, The Battle of Haven.
Oh my god. Is that Haven?
Yeah, I gotta admit this is a pretty good part.
What's left of it?
Part 2 raised the stakes to unimaginable heights, as in the midst of this revenge tale was a brewing conflict between two factions, the Wolves, which Abby is a part of, and the religious cult the Seraphites, whom Yara and Lev are a part of. But they're marked traitors by their respective clans. They must desperately escape the Seraphites' island, which has been invaded by the Wolves. This means escaping on horseback through a burning city to reach the docks, while the two factions are shooting at each other and you. Yara does not survive the battle, and Abby and Lev are now left with nothing but each other. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool part too.
Jesse and Ellie's car escape.
Yep.
There's a clicker on the bonnet. There's a clicker on the bonnet. Dina learns Ellie is immune. Turns out to be a double whammy reveal.
Yep.
Ellie. I think I'm pregnant.
The wolves' hideout. Not exactly the bloodthirsty scavengers we thought they were.
I don't care.
You guys excited?
I ain't give a damn about they hideout.
Seeing all the kids running around, yeah, I'm getting ready.
The Sky Bridge. Abby's personal hell.
Oh, focus on me. I can't do this, Lev. I can't do this.
Abby betrays the wolf.
By the way, spoiler for like eventually when I put that video up, I made Abby fall. I'm not gonna lie, I made her fall one time. It was just once. You're gonna see me smile during that part too, cause it was satisfying.
Only surviving through a heroic sacrifice from Yara.
You have 3 seconds to get away from that scar. 1,
You really gonna shoot me?
2.
I'm not moving.
Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in.
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1. Ellie loses everything.
Man, I was like, when I saw this, I was like
we said earlier, if you were expecting a happy ending in The Last of Us, you weren't paying attention. After returning from her fight with Abby, Dina has left Ellie. She can no longer play the guitar, having lost 2 fingers in the fight against Abby. And worst yet, we found out why she ignored Dina's plea and sought to avenge Joel. She wanted to forgive and rekindle her relationship with him, but will now never get that chance. Thus, she wanted her own personal closure, no matter who stood in her way.
I don't think I can ever forgive you for that.
this part was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This flashback.
But I would like to try.
So, why did Ellie spare Abby at the last minute? If you've been paying attention, the answer lies with Lev.
Yeah.
He's not a part of this.
Yeah. Saw Joe and so.
Made him a part of
Yeah,
this.
like she basically
Remember
saw
back
herself
in
and
the
Lev
theater,
and
Abby
Joel
spared
through
Dina and
Abby.
Ellie
Yeah,
because
I know.
Lev intervened. If Ellie had killed Abby, Lev would have eventually sought revenge himself, possibly putting all of Jackson at risk. But if Ellie killed Lev then and there, the psychological trauma would have weighed on her far worse than anything she did to Nora, Owen, and Mel, since Lev was not part of the group that killed Joel. Abby was in Joel's shoes, Ellie was in Abby's, and Lev was in Ellie's. There was never going to be any satisfaction from her killing Abby, and unfortunately for Ellie, that revelation came too late.
This part still, it's just.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content?
Yeah, this kind of reminded me of all the things of in The Last of Us that I just absolutely just did not care for. Because look, and I remember a lot of people on Twitter were like, people don't understand the message, that's why you don't like it. Actually no, this is actually more how they sounded.
You guys are just haters. You guys are just haters. You don't understand the whole message of the game. That's why y'all hate. That's why y'all hate Abby. That's why this and that. That's why I think it's a bad game.
And I'm over here just like,
no, I don't care.
is that clear? Because I understood the message of the game. Heck, even during the playthroughs, I was predicting during Abby's part what was her reasoning for going after Joel, well, this, and that, and I was like, oh, this makes sense. And I started to piece together in my mind, okay, this is what they're going for. But you know what? I don't care. Is that clear enough for you people out there who may be in the comments of you? Hey, listen. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I understood completely what they were trying to go for. But guess what? I don't care. All I wanted at the end of the day was Ellie to kill Abby, and that was it. That's all I wanted. But we didn't get that. But instead, we get an ending that I feel personally was kind of pointless because of the fact that, you know, again, when they were at the theater, right? When they finally joined back up with Tommy, they had agreed, even though I didn't like it, that they were just gonna let Abby go. Then Abby came along, killed Jesse, practically crippled Tommy, and now Tommy wants to come back through saying, hey, I know where she is, let's go get her. And then Ellie's all like, no, I have a family, which I understood. I was like, man, like, she really can't be doing that. Like, she has to think about Dina and the baby, all this stuff. So I understood. But then I'm like, Ellie's probably just gonna go anyway. And then she went, which also, by the way, I caught mad late that it's actually been like a couple of months since Ellie's left and gone to where Abby was. That took me way late to figure out, which is like, okay, it explains more reason why Dina left, but still, it still hurt. But yeah, I felt like that the ending was just kind of pointless because of the fact that, I mean, like it really just to the fact that she went there to, I understand, to get closure, because I even said that too, like, yeah, like she's not over this, she still, has PTSD about what happened and she needs some type of closure. But the closure I wanted was for Abby's body to lay in that water. That's all I wanted, but we didn't get that. And like the dude said in the video, if Ellie would have killed Abby, Lev would have sought revenge and put Jackson at risk, yes, that's viable, that's honest. But here's the thing though, that would have made for a way better continuation. If they were to ever make a Last of Us Part 3, that would have been a great way to continue this. In my opinion, I think that would have been a great way for them to end off The Last of Us Part 2 and go into Last of Us Part 3. If she were to kill Abby, Lev would have found out, because, think about this, for people who played it, at the end, Lev was still, like, exhausted, he was still kind of passed out in the boat, so, but, Lev would have figured out that it was Ellie, and, and would have sought after her, right? That would have been a great way for them to, like, go into a Last of Us Part 3. This is just me. And I have to remember, and I have to say this for all the people who may be mad at my opinion, that this is my opinion. Y'all can have yours in the comments. Y'all can have your own. Y'all entitled to your own, okay? All I'm saying is, fuck Abby, fuck the end of this game. But at the end of the day, I had a good time with this game overall. I think it is a pretty good game. If I were to rate the game, I'll put about an 8 out of 10. Because literally everything else is perfect. The gameplay, like, like how they updated the like UI HUD and everything, and how you get to use your resources. All of that's great. It's just the story that kind of fell off for me. The story kind of just not hit all the way for me. That's just me. Well, so much for saving my review for my gaming channel. But I'm gonna still do it over there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, comment down below with your thoughts on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see y'all for the next one. Peace.